The BBC.
Sports clubs across England are readying themselves for the limited return of fans at grounds from next week. Arsenal's Europa League fixture on Thursday, the 3rd of December, could be among the first matches to welcome supporters back. Manager Brendan Rodgers, whose Leicester City side fall in Tier 3, is hoping local restrictions are eased in the near future so they too can get fans back. He was speaking yesterday.
I think it's a start point for us. I think hopefully over the course of the coming months we can get more supporters in, and of course a team like ourselves we want to have our supporters both home and away, and hopefully that'll be in the not too distant future.
QPR's Director of Football, Les Ferdinand, has ruled himself out of the running to be the next chairman of the FA. But speaking to BBC Sport, the former England striker says he would like to see a former player in the role if they were qualified. He added that the new chair needs to be someone who understands diversity. Scrum half Lloyd Williams will make his first Wales start for 4 years against England in Saturday's Autumn Nations Cup game in Llanelli. Liam Williams misses out with Lee Halfpenny lining up at fullback. Fly half George Ford will be back in England's starting 15. Well, the England head coach Eddie Jones has chosen 6 forwards for his replacements bench rather than the usual 5. He would prefer to see the rules change on how squads are named.
We just feel that's the right balance in terms of having the strongest team on in the last 20 minutes of the game. Yeah, and it is very much a 23-man squad. The rules of naming a starting 15 and a finishing 8 is quite archaic, and we should be just allowed to name a squad of 23 and then pick on the day who starts and who finishes.
Worcester Warriors' game against Bath a week on Saturday is expected to be the first Rugby Union Premiership game to see a return of fans. The Vatican says Pope Francis, who's an Argentine and a football fan, will pray for Diego Maradona, who died yesterday. Thousands of people in Buenos Aires are queuing to pay their respects to the national icon, whose body is lying in state at the presidential palace there. Former England striker Gary Lineker played against Maradona at the 1986 World Cup and with him in a charity match.
He was like a magician with the ball. He could do things that mere mortals couldn't do. He had a vision that mere mortals didn't have. He was fiercely competitive. He was a natural leader. Obviously he had troubles off the field, but the memories that will stick with me are the magnificence of his football.
China's Ding Junhui has started his title defence at the UK Snooker Championship in Milton Keynes. Jamie Broughton is watching at the Marshall Arena.
And Ding Junhui, who won a 3rd UK title last year, is taking on the 36-year-old amateur Jamie Curtis Barrett. Ding's just taken the scrappy opening frame, which actually saw a couple of good chances for Curtis Barrett. He can't afford to miss too many of those if he wants to have a chance of winning this match. The world number 16, Jack Lazowski, is also in action against Blackburn's Farah Kajaib. Lazowski's now 2-0 up in that one. And earlier today, the 2-time finalist Mark Allen beat Jamie Wilson by 6 frames to 1. Allen now plays Chang Bing Yu in round 2.
And England's Tammy Beaumont struck 27 runs from 20 balls as Sydney Thunder beat the Brisbane Heat to reach the final of the Women's Big Bash League. That's the latest from BBC Sport.
BBC Sport.